Comedy&D is a late-night program intended for adult audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so clock is going down, and we'll go ahead and get started. Martin, whenever you're ready.
Oh, well, hello. Welcome to Comedy&D. We are a minimalist live-action role-playing game. We will be using minimalist role-playing rules called Here's Some Fucking D&D. You can find it online if you'd like to play along with us. I am your dungeon master, Swashy Buckler. You can call me DM Swashy for short. I will now introduce you to your panel of adventurers for this evening's tale.
I go by the name of Rusty McCormick, also named Krusty. I'm a human wizard. I'm a cocky human who found an arcane spellbook at the thrift store and teleported to this universe after trying to read one of the spells. One fun fact about me is I'm restricted to a wheelchair, but I think I can beat anyone in a race.
I am Wyatt Mann. I'm a traveling conqueror for a king who was cursed by a witch doctor. Upon my travels, one of the artifacts I found sent me to this foreign land. I seek a way to return and a way to disenchant the curse that it was put upon my king. 5'11", pale skin with brown moles, red hair, and I sunburn easily. I love tea, hate spice, and worship a goddess known as Chelsea.
I am Tybalt of the Toebean Esquire family. I am a Tebexi druid. I have a very nice look about me. I'm a black and white tuxedo Tebexi. I am a noble from far away, and I dream of having a luxurious life in a quiet little house somewhere with a nice little family.
Hello, I'm Beet Root. I'm the youngest of the Root family. I'm a halfling sorcerer. I'm a 2-foot-tall menace with a big fascination with pine cones. I recently woke up from a drunken haze and found myself the folk hero of my small little town of me and my family.
Excellent. Welcome to the adventure. Tonight we will first take you to a dark room with wooden walls and a chair in front of you with a table with various strange books and such. Now that you've all introduced yourself, you're probably wondering why you're here. Well, the great Fildini has passed away recently, and his last wish in his last breath on this mortal plane was that the four of you would come together and write his eulogy for the funeral service happening outside of this room right now. I, as you may have noticed, am no longer your dungeon master, but rather the Undertaker. And I don't mind telling you that it was quite a to-do putting this young lady into the coffin. My goodness, the great Fildini. Pardon me, I work outside a lot, you understand. I'm not around people. But anyways, do you recall anything of the great Fildini? Please talk amongst yourself. I actually will have to. I'm going to use the restroom a little bit, but you have some time. I think maybe if you could work on the eulogy, I shall return shortly. I'll leave you to it.
Will someone crack open a window or something? I don't feel very comfortable staying in this room if we don't, get some air in.
How did I fucking get here with you guys? Who are these people?
I don't know how I could have been
Root.
taken for this eulogy writing. I've never met this person in my life.
Ah.
I can say I know them quite well.
Should we just make things up about this random person?
What's their name again?
Phil Baxi? This is going to be a
Bexy?
terrible eulogy, I can already tell.
I looked down. I looked down. Is there any pieces of paper or anything?
Yes, in the desk. In the desk in front of you, there's some scrolls. It's not really clear what language they're written in. The drawers of the desk seem to be locked. There's books on the shelves. There's plenty in the room that you could read if you wanted, but there's really nothing specifically of the great Phil Dini. You'll have to go off of memory.
Okay, Phil Dini, all right. They sound like a philanthropist.
I bet he paid his bills on time.
I thought it was a she.
I bet she paid her bills on time.
I had a cousin named Phil. He was an asshole.
We'll put that in, that's good.
All right, Phil, as in asshole. Wait, what language am I supposed to be writing this in?
Farsi.
Farsi. Okay. How do you write in Farsi?
Do you know how to write in Farsi?
Yeah, of course. You guys didn't learn?
Take this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Take that. Okay.
Phil Dini. A massive asshole, but at heart, still an asshole. Anything else?
I feel like we should say at least one nice thing about Phil Dini.
Yeah, compliment sandwich.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
Yes, okay.
They fit nicely in a coffin.
know. Ooh.
Phil Dini fit nicely in a coffin besides her shoes.
What happened to her shoes?
I don't know. You tell me.
I look down at your feet. Are you wearing Phil Dini's shoes?
They just looked so cute, you know?
Do you do that often? Steal dead women's shoes?
Well, as you see, I'm in a wheelchair. I have to look at my feet all the time, so anything that makes me look fabulous.
It's a good look.
You do look nice in them.
Thank you. I think I might keep them.
All right.
All right. Phil Dini fits nice into the coffin. Has nice shoes that I'm now wearing.
Mm-hmm.
What are some attributes that she did during her life?
Just then, the Undertaker bursts back in. Pardon me, I forgot to tell you the crowd is getting quite restless out there. You, unfortunately, may be out of time. I'm going to have to ask you to pardon me. Sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to... you have to get out there right now. Like, the crowd is getting very angry. I have to hustle you out. Please. You're going to have to just make this up on the microphone. Perhaps if you take turns. It seems like you didn't actually know the Phil Dini. I don't understand, but now you're all going to be ushered by the Undertaker out into this room, and you are in a large, like the cathedral of a church, basically. There's pews full of people looking anticipatingly. They've been singing hymns, 15, 17 verses long. People are quite agitated. They're ready to get on with the ceremony. And I think, Rusty, you are first on the microphone to appease this crowd.
All right, everybody, thank you for coming. As I roll out in my wheelchair with my fabulous shoes, and I start the conversation, or I start the eulogy by addressing the crowd, looking proudly in my nice wheelchair, good shoes, and then I firmly and confidently say, well, Phil was a great woman. She was fast, but not as fast as me. I beat her in a foot race every single time, but...
Hey, Phil was definitely a man. What the hell is this guy talking about?
Gender regardless, Phil was a great human, and I'm gonna pass it off to my friend Wyatt.
Boo! The crowd starts to get agitated.
Well, what could I say about Phil other than he was very devout to this religion that we all know of, which is why we're here in this cathedral-like building to pray to the deities that we all agree about. and don't have any... Well, that's my time.
Oh, let me get up there, yeah. Phil Dini was a gentleman and a scholar who did many great things for many a great people and helped out the lowly and common who definitely deserved everything they got coming to them in every manner of the sense. Here you go, tiny person.
Hello. Phil Dini was a bitch.
I second that.
But she had great shoes and served their purpose very well in this life. Thank you very much.
Phil Dini was not a bitch! People start throwing shoes at you at the stands.
Oh, yes, I gotta pick more shoes. I love these shoes.
You have to win them over. The Undertaker comes back in. You guys, do you not know Phil Dini? This crowd is getting very upset.
I don't think there's a single person in here who didn't know Phil Dini. There was less a knowledgeable man out there. Phil Dini touched each and every one of us. Not physically, but emotionally. Deeply. And again, emotionally.
Like this, and I grab one of the shoes that was thrown and I toss it back in the crowd.
So now we have a shoe fight.
No, I just
A
threw it
large
back.
man goes, "Hey, my eye!
Well, you got your shoe back.
I've had enough of these four." Just then, everyone in the crowd stands up.
Oh, quick exits.
Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just do D20 plus your level.
Okay, so I got a 9.
16.
I got a 19.
Ooh.
I got a 14.
Okay, big roller.
Wyatt, you shall go first. The large man in the front of the crowd takes off his shoe and hurls it directly at you and hits you in the face. What do you want to do?
First of all, I'll say, ouch. I want to assess the crowd. How many people are we working with here?
Say there's 10 rows of people, 2 sides of the aisle. I would say there's 40 people there. Sparsely attended, like a normal church service.
I'm going to look around for some doors.
There is one door that you came from that leads you into the room that you know is enclosed. The other door is down through all of the rows of pews and then to your right. So you would have to run the gauntlet if you wanted to make a hasty retreat.
I'm going to take my rock and throw it at the guy who threw his shoe at me.
All right. Roll your D20.
That's a 19.
Okay, so I'm going to say that hits. You throw a rock at the man that threw his shoe. He is one of the largest and clearly the most angry in the crowd. Because you threw a 19, I will just say you hit him in the eye, which explodes. And the crowd gasps. And everyone sits calmly back down.
I grab the microphone and I say, I have more rocks.
I hand him my rock.
Then, okay, so I think you've restored your efforts to win the crowd over. They are now pacified, but the man is wailing on the ground with his eye exploded.
Pacified and slightly blind.
Yeah, he yells something to the effect of, "I think I'm dying."
You'll be fine. We can give your eulogy too.
Look at those shoes.
Should we just leave? I feel like we could just walk out right now and sitting. There's a pathway right there. Exit and go, or we can keep talking ourselves down this path.
I look around looking for an ADA wheelchair ramp to make sure I can make it out safe, and I look at Wyatt and I go, "You're gonna push me, right?"
Of course.
Okay, good. I reach in my backpack behind my wheelchair, and I pull out a half-empty beer bottle, and I chug the rest of it, and then I go break it on my wheelchair, and go, all right, let's make a break for it.
Oh no, you popped your wheel.
We'll fix that later. Hurry up, Wyatt, and push me.
I push him down the aisle, and I stop only momentarily to retrieve my rock.
I wave my broken bottle at the patrons and go, watch out, get back, get back.
I walk behind them, I step over the bleeding man, and I keep going.
I'm going to follow lastly in this line, and I'm just going to glare at all of the attendees and say, don't mess with him, he's crazy.
All right, we make our way down the aisle and go for that door.
So then as you all walk down the aisle, everyone stares at you coldly, and you make your way down the aisle, and you turn right, and you go to the door, and you jiggle it, and it seems to be locked from the outside. What the hell? Everyone turns, and they're still staring at you. You are now trapped inside with the crowd, and the man whose eyeball has been exploded goes, I'm more confident than ever that I'm dying. And he dies.
New coffin. Who's got a new coffin?
Okay, guys, I'll get the paper out. You want to do this again?
Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
just-
so
we'll
dump
just-
out the old
so
body.
What was his name?
You there, lady next to the corpse. What was his name?
Well,
I think his name was Roger.
let's not be
stupid
hasty
name.
yet. He has not excavated his bowels.
He was a
That's the
baker.
real indicator of death. Uh-oh.
There it goes.
How did you know that would happen? Are you a doctor of some kind?
Killed a lot of people.
Oh my.
So now, as the crowd is getting agitated with you, you see that the dead man slowly begins to rise from the ground. And he starts making his way towards you all, but then bites the nearest person to him, who then also begins to
Let's stop this now. I take my stick. I have a walking cane. Yes. I take it and I whack him over the head. Just the person that's biting everyone.
Okay.
I just walk forward and I go, no.
Let's roll for that.
Goodness. Oh, I thought it would be so easy to hit someone. No?
D20 plus your.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
All right. So then that hits. So roll for damage.
Okay, so yes, the stick. Do I add anything to damage, or is it just the 5?
Just the 5.
Okay.
What did you hit him with?
It's a shillelagh, so I just gave it the statistics of like.
Describe a shillelagh.
A shillelagh is like a hardened. It goes through the process of a hardened wooden stick. It has backgrounds in Irish culture, but I thought fantasy setting makes sense too. It's just a stick that's used for whacking, and it doesn't break easily. Of how it's cultured.
Yes. Well, you take your impossibly hardened stick for whacking.
Yes.
And you hit this zombified human, but do miss the head area, and it is now stabbed in the shoulder, squirting blood, and begins biting more people nearby.
Oh my! You got
Anyone
blood
else
on my
care to
shoe.
join in? You have.
Well, I have a bum wheel, and so I hit my brake on the wheel that is broken and start using my other hand to start spinning around in circles. And with the other hand that's free, I have my broken bottle, and I start swinging. And so any zombie that starts to be reincarnated has to come directly through me in my swinging wheelchair of death.
All right, roll for that.
And you needed me to push you.
10.
10. That 10 does hit, so you're swinging wildly. We'll say you hit the same zombie. You do, in fact, kill that zombie by stabbing them in the brain area. But you also, as you were swinging wildly, severely damaged several non-zombie characters just in the crowded area who are not zombies, but very upset with you and will be attacking as well.
Shit, Wyatt. Get me out of here. And then
Let's roll. Let's keep going down the way. This is a full-blown encounter now.
All right, Beet Root.
So I'm gonna look around and see if anyone's legs are spread. Anyone standing with legs spread.
Okay, roll for perception.
Are you not even going to aim for a zombie?
No, just wait. Okay, whatever. You want to roll a 20?
Yeah, just roll
Okay.
20.
That is a 6.
Okay, a 6. So
Yeah.
you look around to see if anyone's legs are spread, but the crowd is fairly thick, and everyone
Dang
seems
it.
to be dressed formally for a funeral service. So the legs kind of blend together. You can't really tell.
Well, Beet Root's gonna go for it anyway. So I have my broken bottle that I pull out of nowhere, and I'm going to weave myself through this crowd to try and stab the zombie in its stomach area. That's my attempt.
Okay, roll 20.
All right. That is a 9.
That is a 9. So that does hit. You stab the zombie in the stomach, and nothing changes. Well,
Can we just keep swinging?
I mean,
you're
the
being
zombies don't
slowly
have to.
encircled by a crowd that's increasingly becoming zombified, and you've also upset several of the people that would possibly have been on your side by stabbing them recklessly. You can still try to escape. You are becoming encircled, but you can go back towards the Great Fildini's coffin if you like, or you can continue to try to get out the door.
I'm going to brandish my greatsword and cleave down upon this door as hard as I can and attempt to open it.
Okay. What is your character strength-wise?
Pretty strong.
Just description. Yeah, pretty strong.
He's a strong dude.
Okay, so roll your d20.
That's a 19.
Okay, so you do swing down pretty hard on the door, and it cracks, but not big enough for you to get through. But you can see outside that there is some green area that looks fairly safe. Perhaps the door is a good way to get out.
Well, I look through that crack and I think to myself, that looks pretty safe.
What does everyone want to do?
I have something. Oh, look, you loosened it a little. I have it, and I'm going to turn around, morph into a rhinoceros, if available.
Yes, please.
And charge forward at the door. My monocle attached to my eye, and I look, I peek, and I charge.
Do you have to say anything before you turn into a rhinoceros?
Rhinoceros formation! And I jump in the air and I just crash onto the ground. Hi-ya! And I charge forward.
The door blasts open, and you're all free of the ceremonial funeral area. You also notice that many of the human people that are not mortally wounded or turning into zombies flood out with you and just disperse. What you see outside of the door is, to your left, there is a nice garden-looking area, and to your right, there is a path leading up to a fenced-in area. And then straight ahead, up a hill, there seems to be an apple orchard.
I give a little huff as a rhinoceros. Just
I don't know about you guys, but that made me really hungry, and those apples look really tasty.
I wouldn't mind a refreshing apple at a time like this.
Can I ride the rhinoceros so I don't have to walk with my little legs?
Sit on Rusty's lap We'll get you over there.
The rhinoceros just shakes it.
I think I'll pass for now, but like the rhinoceros looks fun.
I walk over to the apple tree.
He left me.
No,
I hop on Krusty's lap and I ride.
I try my best to wheel both of us over there. We're trying to remember the times when I had a girlfriend sitting on my lap.
What is happening? I stand underneath the apple tree, not being able to reach it. My horn just out of reach.
I ask the Undertaker, are zombies normal in this part of the world that we're all familiar with?
Well, yeah, I would say so. I mean, I've buried almost everybody that works these fields at some time or another.
Have you noticed anything unusual during those burials?
Well, I mean, other than the fact that I keep seeing them walking around after burying them, I think about it, that's a little bit weird, but other than that, no. I mean, they go in the ground just as easy as anyone else. What's this all about?
I still have no idea where I am, sir.
The zombies are getting closer.
I slowly reach for my sling and put one of the apples on it, just getting ready, just in case things get a little rowdy.
I chomp on a couple of apples as a rhinoceros. I'm just ignoring the problem at hand.
I rustle through my backpack behind my wheelchair, remembering that I had read an arcane spellbook to get me to this point. So I start looking in that for answers of what I could do in terms of spells. Maybe I can read it and cast one.
Well, I mean,
We're just staring at a bunch of zombies. We're not really doing anything.
right now everyone's staring at apples, snacking.
What do we want to do? Are we gonna run? I've got a bum wheel here.
Okay, I
Wyatt's really heavy and he won't get off my lap.
I look at you and I give the strongest wink that you should attach your wheelchair to my chassis. So I can pull you as a rhinoceros.
Okay.
I give you.
I wheel over and I don't have anything to attach myself, but I try and grab onto your tail.
That doesn't feel good, and I start charging around the town. I just go wildly. Do not like that with this little guy just attached, and I'll probably hit a few zombies and people, maybe crash back into the church.
Yeah, I think so. You ramble around recklessly and knock over several trees. You run through a small fence separating the orchard from the garden area, and then you destroy most of the garden area. And as you do that, you notice that the gardeners are all skeletons.
Oh.
Who pay attention to you now.
Oh my gosh, are those guys like Phil? Do you think that's Phil and the skeleton?
I walk near the skeletons and I go, "Hey, Phil!" Trying to get a response from them.
The skeletons stand up. One of them is holding a scythe. Another one is holding a pitchfork. And the third is holding a hoe. They do not speak to you, but they begin to form a triangle or perhaps like a flying V type of battle formation and start marching directly towards you, locking eyes. And I think we should all roll for initiative.
Yeah.
15?
9.
15.
16.
Ooh, all right. And you shall go first. The zombies are coming directly at you. First of all, where's everybody standing now? Like, we have the rhinoceros pulling the wheelchair.
So I've just stopped from being pulled by the rhinoceros, and I still have my book in my hand. I go, oh, shit, what am I going to do here? I start reading my book, and I find something that I think I can recognize, and I say it aloud. Ookie, reekie, boppy, boopy. And I start to glow blue, and all of a sudden, my chest starts to feel weird, and it starts to hurt, and then all of a sudden, 2 lightning bolts pierce through my shirt where my nipples were in attempt to strike one of the skeletons.
Where? Okay, roll a d20.
Or
20.
It's a nat 20.
So that hits. All right. Roll for damage.
6.
Okay, then the lightning bolts, is that right?
Yeah.
The lightning bolts explode from your nipples and hit the skeleton with the hoe right in the chest, scorching it and turning it black.
Whoa, holy smokes. I got lightning bolt nipples.
Okay, who was 15? Were you 15?
We both were.
yeah.
Okay.
He can go first.
I am going to charge at the skeletons, brandishing my greatsword, and attempt to cleave as many of them in the same motion as I can. Uh, 10.
Okay, that does not hit. So you swing. Basically, you just take like such a large, hefty swing that you couldn't possibly aim it, and you just happen to fly over the heads of the skeletons. They duck a little bit, especially the one with the soot on his chest now.
As I am blatantly whiffing, I search the garden visibly for any tea plants that might be there.
Roll your d20 for perception.
That's a 19.
All right, tell us what you spy as you spin around wildly.
It's Earl Silver. It's the better than Earl Grey.
So, I'm gonna be kind of ducking behind the damaged fence that we have so graciously ran through with our rhinoceros, and I'm gonna attempt to do like a little crossbow action with that and shoot one of the skeletons.
Okay, roll your d20.
Okay. That is a 6.
Okay,
9?
that does not hit.
Identical.
You fire your arrow, but it lands at their feet, and the skeleton goes and continues to walk towards you. Now the skeletons will get their turn before you do. So we have a skeleton with the scythe, a skeleton with a hoe, and a skeleton with the pitchfork. They're all closest to you after just taking your wild swing. So the first skeleton is going to take the pitchfork and an 11. What is your armor?
I have AC 14.
It does not hit. Then the skeleton with the scythe does not hit. The skeleton with the hoe, however, will strike you, causing 3 damage. Perhaps chopping you in the shoulder a little bit. And then,
The shoe hurt more.
Yes. Well, I'm in the vicinity of my fellows. I'm probably being used as a blockade of some kind. With my enormous gluteus maximus. I'm just gonna. Is there like a skeleton near me that I can just stomp on them a little bit, or maybe charge forward into someone's house? Wait, do the skeletons have a house? Did they come out of a house?
the skeletons were working in the garden. There is a tool shed maybe back towards the way, near a greenhouse area.
Is there anyone like controlling the skeletons, or are they just on their own doing gardening?
Hard to say. They could be reacting to the interruption of their work, or they could have very specific orders to kill all intruders to the...
Gotcha. Are they lined up?
They are in attack formation, indubitably.
I would like to charge forward in as straight as line as possible to knock them over, like, well, the fantasy version of bowling pins. So yes, I charge.
Yeah.
And I crush anyone in my way. Sorry, fellows.
D20.
Okay. Oh, that's not plus anything. That's an 11.
It's 11. Okay, so you do charge at the 3 skeletons, and you hit all 3 of the skeletons. However, you roll a spare on this one. The skeleton with the darkened chest is obliterated into small pieces, and some of those rattle around and cause significant damage to the skeleton with the pitchfork, and the one with the scythe is left standing there going, "That was close." Of course, they can't speak, but you can tell.
Yes, just a clattering of the
Just a chattering.
Yeah. No, don't like that. Well, I did my job. Good luck.
All right, after my newfound powers have been revealed to me, I go, holy shit, that kind of tingled. But I don't think I can feel the power of that again, so my nipples are a little bit sore, so I go, I'm going to try and wheel myself over and attempt to slash at one of them with my broken bottle. So I wheel myself over and try and swing with my broken bottle at one of the skeletons, the skeleton with the scythe.
Mm-hmm. Roll your d20.
20.
A natural 20.
Natural 20.
My goodness.
Another.
Then you obliterate yet another skeleton.
That's what you get. Die again.
Now, as this happens, you see 2 things. You see the skeleton remaining is continuing to come at you, and also you hear a large groaning horde of zombies exiting the cathedral area, led by a very large man with a costume and a shirt that says the Great Fildini, wearing a cape with stars and such on it.
Oh no.
And you estimate there are 12 zombies.
Are we still in initiative?
You are still in initiative.
Okay. I tire of this form, and can I undo my transmogrification?
What would prevent you?
I don't know. Is there a piece of metal I'm standing on or something? No, I undo. I become my wonderful furry black and white self. I look over and I just go, "Oh, he was a lich."
Huh?
That's something we should know about him now, I think. No?
I have no idea what a lich is, but thank you for informing us.
Oh, no? They're coming in like... it's fine. Undead nonsense.
Speaking of undead nonsense, I brandish my greatsword again and aim for the pitchforked holding skeleton.
With no consideration to what a lich might be?
I forgot my eyeglass.
Okay, what did you do again?
I attack the final skeleton.
So I was very hung up on, what is a lich? We should explore this. So you swing your sword at the final skeleton? Okay. Then let's say that you do hit the skeleton, and his bones explode yet again. But what of it? What have you really accomplished here? The zombies are still heading directly towards you. The skeletons are gone. Your turn is up. I believe Beet Root is up.
That is correct.
The Fildini-led zombies are now approaching the garden area.
I'm first going to yell at Fildini and say, Hey man, sorry I called you a bitch. And I'm also sorry because I think, my hands are burning a little bit and I have a fireball on your way. So sorry, man. I'm gonna do this now and see if hopefully you're not gonna kill me. So I'm gonna cast fireball.
Okay.
Towards the horde of zombies and Fildini. Roll a d20. Got a 17.
Nice. Roll for your damage.
And then we got, let's see, d6. 2 damage.
And how many zombies would this fireball strike? Is there a radius to this?
It says a 20-foot radius.
Oh, well. Appears my burglary mask is quickifying. So your fireball goes and it strikes the heart of the Fildini-led horde of zombies. We'll say it whittles it down a bit, maybe 3 to 4 drop, fully engulfed in flames. Several more on fire, but as you know, zombies care nothing of such things.
Great shot.
Thanks.
All right. Oh, shoot, I'm no longer a rhinoceros. Oh, yes. You should return his shoes. That's probably why he came back.
I look at my shoes and I look how fabulous they are, and I look back at my party and I go, there's no way I'm giving up these shoes.
Oh, man.
All right, spell time. What do I know? It says I'm supposed to randomly roll for the spell. Was I supposed to do that earlier?
I just
then
picked
do
one.
it right now.
Okay,
No time like the present.
12. Gust of wind knocks down 1 HD or less creatures. Hit die or less. Wait, is that what it is?
Yeah. So a gust of wind blows a zombie over, but it also extinguishes 3 of them that were on fire.
No, all right. I was like, oh shoot. I go, whew, whew, whew. I got him. Can I do anything else, or is it just cast that spell?
I believe you only get 1 action.
No, it's fine. It's great.
It was a good try.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel helpful.
Better than the wind the Undertaker was cutting.
Oh my goodness, yes! Oh, I like this group.
I see what happens, and I want to get in on this spell casting, and I look at Phil, and I look at my shoes, and then I remember my cousin Phil and the hatred, and so I start flipping through my book and seeing if I can find something, and I can't find anything besides the spell I cast before, Lightning Bolt, and so I say the words again, hippity bibbity, boppity boo. I charge my nipples up and blast with gusto towards Fildini with my lightning nipples. 4.
So the lightning bolts erupt from your nipples and in a very fashionable way head over to the great Fildini, and they strike him, but they seem to only illuminate the beautiful stars on his magical looking attire.
Wow, that's a fabulous cape.
He doesn't react like he's emboldened in any way, but the zombies are now close enough that they are beginning to attack all of you. All right, we'll say the garden area is what is closest, Wyatt. So now Fildini and the rest of his zombie horde, some fully engulfed in flames, others clothes blown asunder from the strong burst of wind. The first zombie, the great Fildini, just basically attempts to bite you. And roll your d20 to see if he does.
That would be an 8.
That's an 8. The zombie does, in fact, bite you on the arm. At which time the Undertaker looks over and he goes, "Oh, that's no good." Seen a lot of that around these parts. You're You're gonna want to do something about that arm, pal.
I look over at Wyatt and I say, I got something for that, and I start rummaging through my backpack.
Oh my god.
I'm once again going to attempt my fireball spell to see if I can weed more of the zombies out. Got a natural 20.
Ooh, all right. That fireball hits the core of them, and yeah, every one of them is now on fire, and it blows back the front people to where there is like enough space now where if you really wanted to, you probably could like make an escape and try to get away from the zombie horde. They are slow moving. I know, you're in a speedy wheelchair. The rest of you seem to be running fine. If you'd like to escape the horde, I would say I would let the group run away. Or you could stay and continue to try and kill all these zombies.
Well, for one, I don't think his chances are looking really good to stick around much longer, so I think we should probably go find help. Maybe some health potions somewhere along the way.
Shingy dingy, we don't need to stay around for too long. We have other things to do. Good luck and goodbye. And I grab his hand and I just book it.
Okay, in which direction? There's the garden which you are in. There's back towards the cathedral the zombies came from, which possibly is empty now, but unclear.
Well,
there's the apple orchard, and then there's the path leading up to the fenced-in area.
Well, if zombies are there, I don't think God is going to listen much to our prayers, so probably not.
The path?
The path, I mean, was there any priest or cleric there? Why am I talking in character? Was there any priest or cleric in the building?
Well, it's unclear. There is a zombie that you can see on fire with some nice-looking robes,
Well,
perhaps.
Oof.
It looked like all the people that rushed out of the cathedral went up the path.
Up the path? Up the path. I grab your hand. I let go of your hand. I push you forward. I grab your chair and I start pushing. Because I'm like, let's not leave you behind. There, let's go. And I just start rushing. That'll be my turn. I think it was my turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have escaped and taken
Yeah, so I'm being pushed.
Rusty with you.
I'm being pushed, and I'm at the same time still looking through my backpack for something to treat Wyatt's wounds, and I finally find something, and I look at it, and it's hemorrhoid cream. And I go, I got it, Wyatt. I got some cream for you. And so you'll be in good hands, buddy. I'll lather it tonight. And I wink at you.
You keep cream in your backpack? That'll go bad.
You never know.
I hurriedly dash up the path towards the fenced-in area with the rest of the group.
Hey, don't forget Beet Root! And I start running right behind you, trying to run as fast as I can.
I know you'll be uncomfortable, but hey! And I toss you onto Rusty's lap.
Ew. Okay.
Don't be weird, don't be weird, don't be weird as I push you forward.
So then you all have left the combat area and you are heading up this trail where you had seen the people that some of them were bloodied. Perhaps they're your friends. Some of them definitely will still remember the horrible slashing from earlier. But you walk up the trail to where they were, and you go in. You go into the gate of the fence, and what you see when you get in there is it appears to be a very nice area, like a luxurious place to be, but everyone is working there, and I would describe it as a spa / orgy off in the distance. But it's like walking into what do I want to say? At the airport when you have all the frequent flyer miles and you get treated better than everyone else. It's a room similar to that.
It's like the red carpet club.
Yes. In fact, the carpet is red from the blood of the people that were injured earlier.
way.
Ah, splendid, just like back home.
Well, I look at all the people that I stabbed with my broken bottle, and then I look at the spa/orgy area, and I politely put Beet Root onto the ground, and I start making my way, looking back at all the people that I stabbed, trying to get away, abandoning my crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest of you are just standing at the front entrance, eyes wide.
Feeling the
Mouth
throbbing
agape.
in my arm, I look over at the orgy and I think, I might want to go eat some pussy. I mean,
I don't think you should go near anything with your teeth, with the afflictions you have. Don't bite anything unless it's just food. People don't count. Oh, my.
So as you go in and you begin to investigate the area, like what you notice is that when you look a little bit closer, it seems that all the people that are there doing chores, sweeping things, they appear to be either under a spell or perhaps zombies that maybe didn't get slashed to death with broken bottles, but died of other natural causes that didn't tarnish their bodies. And several skeletons are also doing some chores in here. And up at the top area, there's some like velvety drapes and a nice looking chair and a person in fancy clothing eating a bushel of apples that's just been delivered to him by a skeleton.
Those must be the apples that were being grown.
Wait, did I feel anything weird when I ate those as a rhinoceros? Do I have gas?
You know what? Roll for that.
3.
Yes, you are incredibly gassy
Oh no.
and also incredibly nervous.
Oh my.
Pardon me. Let's see. The man. Let's just say the man in the front. He sees you and he says, "Well, hello. Come here to me. Bring them to me." And 2 skeletons come from off of the side and surround you and threaten you and nudge, like you better do what the man says.
Are you going to buy me dinner first? You better without touching me.
Are you talking to the man?
Talking to
Or the skeleton?
I'm talking to the skeletons.
The skeleton says,
I have nothing to do. I have them in a wheelchair, so they can do whatever they want. So I'm at their will.
A man of class, of course. Let's sit. And I sit down. Is there a chair to sit in, or?
No, there's no chair. You would just be standing while he is incredibly comfortable and leisurely enjoying his time.
Is there a pillow nearby I can just grab?
Yes, it is a spa/orgy.
I grab a pillow. Wipe it off a little bit, set it on the ground, and take a crisscross applesauce seat. It's nice.
Does anybody else want to do anything, or would you all just like to go sit and...
I will walk over and join,
Be an
take
audience.
audience with him.
Okay.
I'll go sit and just kind of look wondrously around this building.
All right. So then the man says, "Thank you for joining me. What brings you to our neck of the woods?"
I say, neck?
Yes, it's an expression. Do you not have these wherever it is you came from, you fancy man?
Sorry, my mind's elsewhere at the moment.
Dear God, man, what is that on your hand? You're bleeding everywhere.
I've been bitten by one of the zombies down in the town, emanating from the church. Do you know anything of this Phil guy?
Oh, the great Fildini.
The great Fildini.
Of course I know of him. I've summoned him to help me on my estate.
Do you know if he's in control of these zombies?
Fildini? No.
So he's not a lich? I was wrong?
What is a leech?
A leech? Yeah. This poor accent. Do you summon the dead?
I believe I asked you a question, sir.
No, yes, sorry. What was the question again? I did not
You dare
care.
come into my spa/orgy and demand information from me?
Is that not what a spa/orgy is?
I was
for?
asking questions too.
Yeah, don't ignore him, you asshole.
Yes, sorry. You have asked a question. What was your question?
Oh, you were talking about Phil Dini. Anyway.
But I answered your question.
Yeah, happily.
Then what is your deal, man?
I defend people I think are pretty cool. I don't know, do you have any questions?
When's the orgy starting back up?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. I mean, horny.
Are you asking each other questions? Or are you talking to me?
Well, what's your name?
I'll ask the questions, thank you. First of all, look here. I will say this. What you have stumbled upon here is you seem like nice folks.
Really?
Well, considering everyone else here seems to be, dead, which, of course, obviously they would be, given the situation, but I'll let you in on it if you would like. I have learned some things. I have come across this spell book of sorts. I'm kind of new to all of this, so, but yes, I can raise the dead, and they do whatever I say. It's unbelievable. So I have been, inviting people here, how do you say, importing people for funeral services, and all their friends will just come and show up. And then if they die, they can now work on my property. And I have to do nothing, you understand? Leisure time! Infinite leisure time!
That sounds amazing. But also questionable. How did you gain these abilities?
I will ask the questions!
Can you ask yourself that question?
I actually would love to tell you. I have gained these abilities.
At a thrift store.
I was thrifting. Are you a thrifter?
I'm a thrifter.
Oh,
Are you a
look
thrifter?
very thrifty. I like you.
Thank you. I found my wardrobe at the thrift store.
Wonderful. Have you tried the orgy?
I was waiting for it to start.
Any of you, please. It starts. Have you never been to an orgy? It's going on right now. Look around you.
Yeah, I had to
Look
wipe
around
the
and-
pillow off.
Well, I tell you what. I like you very much. In fact, so I'm not going to just give away all the secrets, I suppose, because who would stop you from, killing me if you knew how to do it? But what I will do, I would offer it to one of you. I will offer to mentor one of you. Who amongst you would like leisure time the most?
I think we should all discuss it.
Huddle?
I think we should huddle.
We go, I get his wheelchair, we go over the corner, and we scooch in a little bit, get a little comfortable. I like leisure, I don't like this. I want a different kind of leisure. I don't want to do any work. I don't want to cast, oh, there goes my glass, spells to have leisure. This is not my kind of leisure. What do you think?
I lean in and smell Tybalt.
What are you doing?
Sorry, what were we talking about? I spaced out for a moment.
Did you just sniff
No.
me?
Those apples look pretty fresh.
I get my hemorrhoid cream and I start to rub it in his wound.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that from a goat or a cow? What kind of cream are you rubbing into this man?
I don't know.
No, but it works.
I found it at the thrift store.
Was it in the pocket of your outfit?
There was only a little bit left, so I decided I'm a thrifty man.
I'm forever in your debt.
Oh,
Pardon me, folks, but I am very wealthy and busy, as I'm sure you can tell.
busy. You were sitting down when
I
you
am
walked in.
busy, leisurely enjoying life to the fullest. A reward which I have earned from learning how to get all of these people to do my work. A gift which I would like to share with you, but I'm afraid you're out of time. So if anyone wants to speak up right now and claim the apprenticeship for themselves, they may. Otherwise, I will leave you to my skeletons while I continue with the orgy.
I'm thinking we leave Zombie Boy here to learn how to control the other zombies and live on his leisure away from us.
Sir, how literate does one need to be to learn this tutelage of yours?
I will ask the questions around here.
I will be your apprentice. May I be your apprentice?
Then I will assign. Who amongst you is the laziest?
Oh my.
Well, my legs don't work, but metaphorically, I am the fastest. So
I turn into an ordinary house cat, and I immediately fall asleep. I just lay awake.
My God, that's lazy.
I think that's your answer, right?
I have decided that you are clearly the one that loves leisure time the most. So what I will do for you is I will let you know that I have learned most of this from a scroll. And he pulls out a scroll that you cannot decipher, but it is clearly a scroll. And he hands it to you.
I put it in my little cat. And then I just use my paw and roll it out.
It is the true path to your wildest dreams. Care nothing about the collateral damage or the consequences of your actions, and you will go far.
Is there a undo? Can I read it? Is there an undo?
Skeletons, get them out of here! Let the orgy commence!
Are you tired of the frustrations of the box? Or waiting for buffering? Then hop on your bike, jump in your car, and head on down to the Real Hollywood Video, where there's an ever-growing selection of movies in a variety of formats, with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help find the right movie or TV series for you. Where do you go when you want a movie at the fraction of retail costs? The Real Hollywood Video! The Real Hollywood Video, with rock-bottom prices that slash next day returns. With Yamhill County's favorite popcorn and the Pacific Northwest's largest gumball machine, now offering your personal scratch disc repair. The Real Hollywood Video! The local independent video store with something for everyone. Find us on Facebook.
What happened here?